Hello, everybody. A very warm welcome for our chanters, to all our chanters, viewers, listeners. We know you wait for us at this time, and we have been doing this for the last 4.5 months, every single day without fail. We bring you different people, chant leads, spiritual leaders, celebrities who lead our chanting, and of course, we do a small meditation after. What a beautiful experience every day, not to be missed, like a little energy snack, right? Um, Today is the 15th of August. For those of us who have a background from India, a very special day as it is the Independence Day of the country. So, 73 years since India has been independent, and a very big, happy Independence Day to those who are celebrating. 9 million chants, and going forward from there, our target is still a billion chants. And even though it feels like a long way away, remember every step. When you're learning to crawl and walk, every step matters. And then soon we are running marathons. So the number matters, and yet it doesn't matter, because what really matters is the peace and happiness we're all experiencing on this journey of a billion chants. Kudos to the OVBI for setting up such a beautiful platform. And of course, we will talk about what OVBI does at the end of this session. We bring all these incredible people to lead the chanting. And today I am super excited to bring a very special person who's a celebrity in his own right and has a huge following. And I know as soon as you know who it is, people are going to say, oh my God, I have so many questions to ask, especially at a time like this. A very warm welcome to the special guest who joins us from Bangalore, India, Ashutosh Chawla ji.
Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev, very warm welcome to you from us. And, you know, we all of us will have so many questions, but I want to first introduce you to the rest of the chanters and viewers and give them a little bit about your background. Um, Ashutosh Chawla ji is an MBA by profession and has over 10 years of corporate experience in some of the largest companies in India, the investment banks, the social sector, in companies like IBM, HDFC, the Times Foundation, just to mention a few. So that's a very illustrious corporate exposure. He has since 2011 joined the Art of Living's Foundation and at their retreat center in Bangalore, India, and has followed Sri Sri Ravi Shankar, who's affectionately called Gurudev by all the followers. And he has been a follower of Gurudev from early childhood, as he mentioned. He now teaches Vedic wisdom, Upanayan, the happiness program, yoga, the youth leadership program, and Jyotish. And I know that last word is going to excite a lot of people. So we will come to that in a minute. He has been learning and practicing Jyotish for more than 2 decades, and his first teacher was his father, who's also an accomplished Jyotish. Uh, Born and brought up in the beautiful desert city in the state of Rajasthan, called Jodhpur. And if any of you've had the opportunity to visit Rajasthan, or if you're from there, it is truly a beautiful and very magical place. And so a little bit more about Ashutosh ji. He's currently the administrator of Jyotish and Vastu in the Vastu department of the Vedic Dharma Sansthan, or the VDS, that's also from Bangalore. So wonderful welcome. We are so excited to have you with us, Ashutosh ji. And before I hand it over to you, I said the word Jyotish. It may not be very familiar to all those who are watching us from North America or from not outside of India. Can I use the word astrology as a substitute for
Yes,
Jyotish?
yes, sure, sure.
Okay, all right. So he's an astrologer and has made some remarkable predictions, and has does some incredible math and computation to figure out what lies ahead of us. And so we'll ask him some questions about this. But can you tell us a little bit about astrology, Jyotish, and chanting?
Sure. First of all, why I prefer using the word Jyotish is just like we study any subject, like if we study the biodynamics, we call it biology. If we study the geodynamics, we call it geology. Similarly, the study of astrodynamics is called astrology. But the word Jyotish is much larger term. The word actually has come from one of the Vedangas. Vedas have six limbs, and one of its limb is called Jyotish. Jyotish literally translates to the light that shines our path to divinity. So when we talk about this particular knowledge, it is not just understanding the dynamics of the stars moving in the sky, but it is that deep philosophy which actually takes us towards the higher path, towards the spirituality, and light our path on. If we want to move on the path of spirituality or shine our path with divinity, this is the science or this is the subject which actually guides us. That's why I prefer using Jyotish much more than using astrology. But of course, for this session, we can do with astrology as well. Uh, in Jyotish or in astrology, we talk about the time factor. In the six limbs of Vedas, there are different things that are talked about. Time is the most important aspect of Jyotish. Jyotish is very intricately linked with the factor called Kala. And time also, just like yoga has eight limbs, Vedas have six limbs. Time also have five limbs. That's why it is called Panchanga.
Oh.
We often have heard this term Panchanga. How is the Panchanga today? Today's Panchanga. These things are very common in most of the Jyotish articles we read or Jyotish videos we see or the any kind of uh, thing we read on Jyotish. So this Panchanga actually are the five limbs of time, which is, I won't go into the technicality of what exactly is Panchanga, but these five limbs of time connects with the five elements. And these five elements are further connected. Each element has one bij akshar, which means one seed sound, which is resonating in each of these elements. Do you know what are these seed sounds or the bij akshara? For earth element, the seed sound, the bijakshara is nam. For water element, it is mam. For fire element, it is sham. For vayu tattva or air element, it is vam. And for ether, it is yam. Long ago, I have heard a very beautiful definition of time, and later on, after getting deeper into knowledge, the wisdom Gurudev shared, uh, this got really rooted. The definition of time, what I heard first, I'll share that, and then I'll share how it connects with it. A lot of time we wonder what exactly is time. We can talk about time, but we really cannot pinpoint what exactly is time. We know that living in the present moment, it is present moment that is called time, or time is an illusion. So all these things are adjectives to time. But what exactly is time? So there's a beautiful definition which came um, through some wise men. He mentioned when the consciousness moves through matter, it gives us perception of time. And then later on, I heard a very beautiful quote from a book called Discovery by J.M. Sampath. And he, in this book, there was a character called Sufi Boyodi. And he mentioned this. This is the quote from the book Discovery, that age is an issue of mind over matter. If you don't mind, it doesn't matter. This suddenly clicked, and I could relate it back to this definition, that time, when consciousness moves through matter, it gives us a perception of time. That's what this person is saying. Age is an issue of mind over matter. So instead of consciousness, he used mind over matter. If you don't mind, it doesn't matter. Then I realized that if I can do something with the matter, the five elements, if I can do something with my consciousness, I can really make my time better. And Jyotish is all about making your time better, knowing what lies ahead and making it better. That's all Jyotish teaches us, using different tools. Now, five elements are connected with the five anga, or the five limbs of time. Each element has a bijakshara. The bijakshara of the soul, of the consciousness, is Om. So we got six letters, or six different sounds: Om, Nam, Mam, Sham, Vam, Yam. With little bit of engineering, Rishi called it Om Namah Shivaya. So when we chant Om Namah Shivaya, it not only purifies our consciousness, but it also purifies the five elements within us. Resultantly, it purifies the five limbs of time, and our day is set. That's why for a lot of problems, Gurudev often says, don't worry, just chant Om Namah Shivaya. A lot of time people ask this question in satsang to Gurudev: Gurudev, my this dasha is going on, this transit, this planet, astrologer says this, what can I do? Gurudev says, don't worry, just chant Om Namah Shivaya. So though Gurudev gives all these deep things very simply, but there is such a deep technical reasoning behind just Om Namah Shivaya chanting and pacifying all the effects of planets. So I'm really so this is such a privilege for all of us to be part of such a brilliant campaign of chanting 1 billion times Om Namah Shivaya. I'm sure we are going to fulfill this campaign, this commitment, this sankalpa will get fulfilled, and by the time we'll be completing the billion chants, I'm sure this world will be a much better place for everyone to live in. Not just this pandemic, but a lot of other things will also, other things, undesirable things will also go away. So I congratulate entire team and you to actually take up this project and really moving with such a commitment.
Thank you so much. Such a lovely explanation. And we now can't wait to begin this lovely chanting.
Sure. So let's take a deep breath in and breathe out. We'll chant Om 3 times. Breathe in for Om. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 Let us now meditate on Devi Kavacham.
Namaste Om Markandeya Uvacha Yadguhyam Paramam Loke Sarvaraksha Karam Rinam यन्न कस्यचिदाख्यातं तन्मे ब्रूहि पितामह। ब्रह्मोवाच अस्ति गुह्यतमं विप्र सर्वभूतोपकारकम् देव्यास्तु कवचं पुण्यं तच्छृणुष्व महामुने। प्रथमं शैलपुत्रीति द्वितीयं ब्रह्मचारिणी तृतीयं चन्द्रघण्टेति कूष्माण्डेति चतुर्थकम् पञ्चमं स्कन्दमातेति षष्ठं कात्यायनीति च सप्तमं कालरात्रिश्च महागौरीति चाष्टमम् नवमं सिद्धिदात्री च नवदुर्गा प्रकीर्तिताः उक्तान्येतानि नामानि ब्रह्मणेव महात्मना। अग्निना दह्यमानस्तु शत्रुमध्ये कतोरणे विषमे दुर्गमे चैव भयार्ताः शरणं गताः। न तेषां जायते किञ्चित् अशुभं रणसङ्कटे नापदं तस्य पश्यामि शोकदुःखभयं नहि। येस्तु भक्त्या स्मृता नूनं तेषां सिद्धिप्रजायते। प्रेतसंस्थातु चामुण्डा वाराही महिषासना ऐन्द्रिगजसमारूढा वैष्णवी गरुडासना माहेश्वरी वृषारूढा कौमारी शिखिवाहना ब्राह्मी हंससमारूढा सर्वाभरणभूषिता नानाभरणशोभाढ्या नानारत्नोपशोभिताः दृश्यन्ते रथमारूढा देव्यः क्रोधसमाकुलाः शङ्खं चक्रं गदां शक्तिं हलं च मुसलायुधम् खेटकं तोमरं चैव परशुं पाशमेव च कुन्तायुधं त्रिशूलं च शाङ्घमायुधमुत्तमम् दैत्यानां देहनाशाय भक्तानामभयाय च धारयन्त्यायुधानीत्थं देवानां च हिताय वै महाबले महोत्साहे महाभयविनाशिनी त्राहि मां देवि दुष्प्रेक्षे शत्रूणां भयवर्धिनी प्राच्यां रक्षतु मामैन्द्री आग्नेयामग्निदेवता दक्षिणेवतु वाराही नैऋत्यां खड्गधारिणी प्रतीच्यां वारुणी रक्षे वायव्यां मृगवाहिनी उदीच्यां रक्षकौबेरी ईशान्यां शूलधारिणी ऊर्ध्वं ब्रह्माणि मे रक्षे अधस्ताद्वैष्णवी तथा एवं दश दिशो रक्षे चामुण्डा शववाहना जया मे जाग्रतः स्थातु विजयास्तातु पृष्ठतः अजिता वामपार्श्वे तु दक्षिणे चापराजिता शिखां मे रक्षेत् उमामूर्ध्नि व्यवस्थिता मालाधरी ललाटे च भ्रुवौ रक्षेद्यशस्विनी त्रिनेत्रा च भ्रुवोर्मध्ये यमघण्टा च नासिके शङ्खिनी चक्षुषोर्मध्ये श्रोत्रयो द्वारवासिनी कपोलौ कालिका रक्षेत् कर्णमूले तु शाङ्करी नासिकायां सुगन्धा च उत्तरोष्टे च चर्चिका अधरे चामृतकला जिह्वायां च सरस्वती दन्तान् रक्षतु कौमारी कण्ठमध्ये तु चण्डिका घण्टिकां चित्रघण्टा च महामायां च तालुके कामाक्षी चिबुकं रक्षे वाचं मे सर्वमङ्गला ग्रीवायां भद्रकाली च पृष्ठवंशे धनुर्धरी नीलग्रीवा बहिः कण्ठे नलिकां नलकूबरी खड्गधारिण्युभौ स्कन्दौ बाहौ मे वज्रधारिणी हस्तयोर्दण्डिनी रक्षे अम्बिका चाङ्गुलीस्तथा नखाचूलेश्वरी रक्षे कुक्षौ रक्षेन्नलेश्वरी स्तनौ रक्षेन्महालक्ष्मी मनःशोकविनाशिनी हृदयं ललिता देवी उदरं शूलधारिणी नाभौ च कामिनी रक्षे गुह्यं गुह्येश्वरी तथा कट्यां भगवती रक्षे जानुनी विन्ध्यवासिनी भूतनाथा च मे ब्रह्मे ऊरू महिषवाहिनी जङ्गी महाबला प्रोक्ता सर्वकामप्रदायिनी गुल्फयोर्नारसिंही च पादौ चामिततेजसी पादाङ्गुलीश्री मे रक्षे पादाधस्तलवासिनी नखान्दंष्ट्रकराली च केशांश्चैवोर्ध्वकेशिनी रोमकूपेषु कौबेरी त्वचं वागीश्वरी तथा रक्तमज्जावसामांसानि अस्ति मेदांसि पार्वती अन्त्राणि कालरात्रिश्च पित्तं च मुकुटेश्वरी पद्मावती पद्मकोशे कफे चूडामणिस्तथा ज्वालामुखी नखज्वाला अभेद्या सर्वसन्धिषु शुक्रं ब्रह्माणि मे रक्षेत् छायां चक्रेश्वरी तथा अहङ्कारं मनोबुद्धिं रक्ष मे धर्मचारिणी प्राणापानौ तथा व्यानं समानो दानमेव च यशः कीर्तिं च लक्ष्मीं च सदा रक्षतु वैष्णवी गोत्रमिन्द्राणि मे रक्षे पशून् मे रक्ष चण्डिके पुत्रान् रक्षेन् महालक्ष्मी भार्यां रक्षतु भैरवी मार्गं क्षेमकरी रक्षे विजया सर्वतः स्थिता रक्षाहीनं तु यत्स्थानं वर्जितं कवचेन तु तत्सर्वं रक्ष मे देवी जयन्ती पापनाशिनी पदमेकं न गच्छेत्तु यदि चेच्छुभमात्मनः कवचेनावृतो नित्यं यत्र यत्राधिगच्छति तत्र तत्रार्थलाभश्च विजयः सार्वकामिकः यं यं कामयते कामं तं तं प्राप्नोति निश्चितम् परमैश्वर्यमतुलं प्राप्स्यते भूतले पुमान् निर्भयो जायते मर्त्यः सङ्ग्रामेष्वपराजितः त्रैलोक्ये तु भवेत् पूज्यः कवचेनावृतः पुमान् इदं तु देव्याः कवचम् देवानामपि दुर्लभम् यः पठेत् प्रयतो नित्यम् त्रिसन्ध्यं श्रद्धयान्वितः दैवी कला भवेत् तस्य त्रैलोक्येऽप्यपराजितः जीवेद्वर्षशतं साग्रमपमृत्युविवर्जितः नश्यन्ति व्याधयः सर्वे लूता विस्फोटकादयः स्थावरं जङ्गमं वापि कृत्रिमं चापि यद्विषम् आभिचाराणि सर्वाणि मन्त्रयन्त्राणि भूतले भूचराः खेचराश्चैव जलजाश्चोपदेशिकाः सहजाः कुलजामालाः शाकिनी डाकिनी तथा अन्तरिक्षचरा घोरा डाकिन्यश्च महाबलाः ग्रहभूतपिशाचाश्च यक्षगन्धर्वराक्षसाः ब्रह्मराक्षसवेतालाः कूष्माण्डा भैरवादयः नश्यन्ति दर्शनात् तस्य कवचे हृदि संस्थिते मानो नतिर्भवेद्राह्नः तेजो वृद्धिकरं परम् यशसा वर्धते सोऽपि कीर्तिमण्डितभूतले जपेत् सप्तशतीं चण्डीं कृत्वा तु कवचं पुरा यावद्भूमण्डलं धत्ते सशैलवनकाननम् तावत् तिष्ठति मेदिन्या सन्ततिः पुत्रपौत्रिकी देहान्ते परमं स्थानं यत्सुरैरपि दुर्लभम् प्राप्नोति पुरुषो नित्यम् महामाया प्रसादतः
Keeping our eyes closed, let the energy of mantras sink in our consciousness. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. One more deep breath in and breathe out completely. Becoming aware of body and surrounding whenever you may feel like, whenever you may feel complete, taking your own time. You may open your eyes. Jai Gurudev.
Oftentimes after this chanting and meditation, there are no words, you just want to be in that space of just that quiet, beautiful, peaceful energy. So thank you. It was so lovely that you um, led this lovely chanting. It was nice, unhurried, very deep, and I'm sure everybody had a very lovely, soothing, deep experience. Also, and you straight into the chanting, to do the meditation after. It was just very deep. Thank you so very much. So we have you with us, and the question that is on all on everybody's minds, on it's everywhere, whether it's in a newspaper, whether it's in media, whether it's in conversations. People are dealing with an unprecedented time. And since you are the person who talks about time and the influence, and the different computation of where we all are in this whole journey of time and consciousness, tell us, could Jyotish have predicted this? And did Jyotish predict this? And going forward, can we know when this will end and when better times will return?
It was predicted by a lot of Jyotishis towards end of 2019 that the time which is coming is going to be a very difficult time. There is possibility of some kind of disease to spread. Uh, some people predicted that there'll be a lot of deaths that may happen in the coming time. Uh, uh, 2019 December we had a solar eclipse, 26th of December, I guess, 24th or 26th. This eclipse happened in a very specific star. It is called Mula Nakshatra. Uh, Ketu and Jupiter were together in this particular star, Mula Nakshatra, which has actually started the spread of this pandemic. Mula Nakshatra deity, each nakshatra has one graha, one planet as a lord and one deity. So the deity of Mula Nakshatra is Nriti. The name of the deity is Nriti. Nriti translates to calamity. So when such grahana happens, grahana itself means increase in toxicity, imbalance in gravity. So after grahana, we usually expect few negative things to come up in the environment. Sometimes it comes as climatic changes. Sometimes it comes as some viral disease. So every time, whenever there is a grahana of this magnitude, there has been some difficult time. Because it was happening in this particular nakshatra, it was expected that some kind of calamity may occur immediately after the Grahana, which happened in December. And from January onwards, I think 2 days after the solar eclipse, WHO declared a warning first, and by mid of January they declared it as a pandemic. It actually started to spread when Ketu started to transit. There's a planet called Ketu, Dragon's Tail, we call it in English. This started to transit Mula Nakshatra by mid of January, and that's when it started to spread out of China and traveled across the world, and this has become a pandemic now. So Ketu is going to transit in Mula Nakshatra for another few months. There are different calculation methods. That's why there are different opinions. One calculation method says that Ketu is transiting out from Mula Nakshatra towards end of September. The other method says towards end of October. But the day is not very far. If any method we choose, at least by end of October, we'll see some positive change. Uh, I'm expecting some kind of vaccine to come during this time, sometimes around October end. The other method which I follow, it says October end. So something will definitely come, and this is not going to last for very long. Uh, Another concern is that there is another big total solar eclipse coming towards mid of December. 14th December is another solar eclipse. So the situation, the life may not be normal for all of us until May of next year. So I say 6 months after such big solar eclipse are always difficult. So before the 6 months could get over, there was another solar eclipse that happened in July. In December we had one, and then in July again we had another solar eclipse, and in December we are having again. So three total or annular solar eclipse happening at such small intervals actually is an alarming time for all of for everyone around the world. So it was expected, and things are going to get back to normal. Same routine life from next year May we can expect. Though I'm expecting, according to planetary position, as soon as Jupiter transits back to Capricorn, which is going to happen in November. So by mid of November, I'm expecting at least the transportation and the commutation to start, uh, which has been stopped. So looking at planetary situations, it looks like towards end of October we might get vaccine, and by end of November we will have the flights again starting, and the commutation traveling will begin again. And for public places to open just like before, it may take some more time, but definitely by April, May next year, our lives are back to normal.
Wow, that is so encouraging, in this difficult time, at least to have that hope that things are going to get better. And who better to get this hope from somebody who is able to see and predict what, the stars have and the planetary systems have in future for us. So that is very encouraging for everybody to see that, somewhere soon this will end. And even though life may take a little bit of time to get back to normal, at least there is hope that we are all trending towards that positive change. So one thing you mentioned is that eclipses have this toxic effect or after effect. Should we be afraid of all eclipses, because lunar eclipses seem to happen, of course, more frequently than the solar eclipses? Should we be afraid, and what should we do?
You don't worry too much about all the eclipses. Eclipses do cause some kind of toxicity in the environment. That's why during this time viruses increase, bacteria increase. It also creates some gravitational anomaly because moon is obstructing the gravitational field of sun, which is end of the day managing the gravity on the earth. So gravitational anomalies also happen. Because of that, climatic changes happen. So all these things keep happening, but not every time every solar eclipse is that difficult. It is just that the last couple of solar eclipses, they have happened in such nakshatras, such stars, which has actually not only aggravated the problem, but has also maintained it. Though it was expected that with the change of New Year, the Hindu calendar New Year, the Vedic New Year, things should get better. Jupiter's transit was also there in March. Then also it was expected that things will start moving in a better direction. However, the other eclipse happened immediately in July, and then again it spiked up the entire situation. Uh, So another eclipse, though things are going to fade down for sure for coronavirus, but there is another eclipse coming in December, which may create some more different kind of troubles. Like last eclipse, it was expected some violence to happen, and we have seen in the last couple of weeks a lot of violence happening in different places in the world. So though with the last eclipse, it was also expected that it might bring an end to coronavirus. And immediately after the eclipse, we've got some Ayurveda medicine in the market which claims that it can totally cure corona patient. And we are getting now a vaccine from Russia saying that now it can give an immunity to everyone to fight against corona disease. So things are moving in a positive direction after the last solar eclipse also. So things are not all bad after eclipses. Some eclipses can really bring a lot of good things, but it definitely disturbs the entire. Uh, it disturbs the harmony which is prevailing amongst the different kind of energies which are maintaining the delicate balance on planet Earth. Uh, but not all eclipses are difficult. These three eclipses coming together in difficult nakshatras. The last one was also in Ardra nakshatra. Ardra nakshatra is also the nakshatra of Rudra. So Nriti and Ardra, they are partners in crime. So they only support each other. Sometimes we say what gets created in Nriti, it gets absorbed, it gets dissolved in Ardra also. So the corona got created in Nriti, and in Ardra nakshatra, when the next grahana happened, we started to see a lot of positive things against corona, a lot of positive things for us, but against corona coming up in the market. So things are moving in a better direction, and with this Ketu moving to another nakshatra soon, we will be out of this corona pandemic. But as I said, to get for life to get normal again, we can expect April and May of next year.
Okay, that's wonderful, and that's very, we, I guess the message is don't fear them, don't fear, keep chanting, and
Yes.
keep doing our spiritual practices, keep meditating, and times as they are, they will pass, and we can at least influence whatever we can influence, which is what our own immediate environment is. And so beautifully you explained the previous, the whole different elements, the different limbs of time, and the beach mantras of those, and how they connect to the chanting of Om Namah Shivaya. I mean, that is just incredible for us to learn. So amazing. So one last question for you. People have their own panchang, or their own janam patri, or their own horoscope, right? And then there is this whatever's happening around us. So is your individual sign, horoscope, panchang, nakshatra, how does that interface with this larger thing, and what should people be paying attention to? What should they be doing? Many people don't even know this, they don't pay attention. Should they be paying attention, and what is your advice?
Of course, doing your own sadhana regularly makes a lot of difference. We don't know much about the technical aspect of what has been already given to us as different practices by Gurudev, be it Sudarshan Kriya, be it Sahaj meditation, Hari Om meditation, as a matter of fact, Padma Sadhana. These are wonderful, wonderful practices. And because I can connect everything within and outside with planet, I can really relate how wonderfully these practices actually are remedies to different planetary positions. So even if you have difficult birth chart, even if the some transit is difficult in the sky for you, sticking to your regular practices like Sudarshan Kriya, Sahat Samadhi, Padma Sadhana, and I would also always strongly recommend Hari Om meditation is fantastic. Om Namah Shivaya chanting is beyond everything. It can really fix all your grahas, just like I mentioned. And especially chanting it 108 times has a very, very special significance. So whenever you are chanting Om Namah Shivaya, make sure you chant it 108 times. It is very, very wonderful. 108 number in itself is a magic number. It is the number of harmony. It is the number of creation. You know, the diameter of sun multiplied by 108 times is the distance between sun and the earth. The diameter of moon multiplied by 108 times is the distance between moon and the earth. So the life on earth is possible because sun and moon, if we actually talk about the subtle aspect of sun and moon, their devatas, their deities are Shiva and Shakti. And on our planet, within our family, if we have to talk about what sun and moon represent, they represent your father and mother. So just like Shiva and Shakti, they came together to create this entire creation. Similarly, sun and moon has to be in a very, very specific ratio, in a specific order, at a specific distance from any planet, to create and sustain life on that planet. So sun and moon, 108 of their diameter, 108 of diameter of moon. Because of this delicate balance, life on earth is possible. If moon moves, instead of being 108 times, it becomes 109 or 110 times its diameter, then the life on earth will not be possible. Similarly, it goes with sun. The life on earth will not be possible if it is not 108. So this 108 is a very, very, it's called a golden ratio, which actually can sustain life and also create prana within ourselves or outside ourselves. So our creation also happens with sun and moon being in a specific uh, angle, and that's how we are born, and that's what we call our star birthday. So just like parents are responsible for our creation, sun and moon are also responsible, and Shiva and Shakti are also responsible. So this is a chain, like our parents connects with sun and moon connects with Shiva and Shakti. So when we chant Om Namah Shivaya 108 times, and after that listen to Devi Kavacham, we are also honoring Shakti. Because when we say Bhavam Bhavani Sahitam Namami, it not just means Shiva. It is Bhavam and Bhavani. You and your Shakti, we bow down to you together. That's what the shloka means. So we can never have just Shiva without remembering Shakti. And when we remember Shiva along with Shakti and we chant 108 times, this creates magic. This creates something very miraculous within us, and that can really make you go beyond all planetary effects. That's why I'm really very excited to be part of this also. That 108 times Om Namah Shivaya chanting is amazing. I would say fortunate are those who are able to chant 108 times Om Namah Shivaya every day, or even for 10 minutes chanting Om Namah Shivaya every day. We all know about this mantra. We have been listening about it right from our childhood. Gurudev has told us so many times that chant this mantra. We have chanted with Gurudev also, but few of us, very few of us, very few fortunate of us are actually chanting it every day. I'm really so happy to be here and to be part of this chanting, and to share this with everyone, that how wonderful this is to chant Om Namah Shivaya, and how fortunate we are to be born into a human body and being able to chant Om Namah Shivaya. If we are not doing that even now, then we are missing something. We are standing on the gold mine and we are not digging. It's like that.
Love your enthusiasm, the amount of information you've given us, this beautiful nuggets of information that you've given us is just so beautiful. And I wish we could just have another hour of chatting with you. So much to know. But I think for the message for all our chanters and listeners and everybody is that we're fortunate, chant 108 Om Namah Shivaya every day for the last 4.5 months, every single day on this platform. We are chanting and listening to Devi Kavacham. And how, like you said, how beautiful and fortunate are those who are getting this opportunity. So
Thank you.
it's so wonderful. And to everybody who's with us today or who are listening offline, remember we are here on this platform every single day. So please come join us. If you can't make it at the same time, you can chant offline with us because all these videos are available offline as well. But please chant so that we can create this peaceful healing energy within ourselves and around us, our families, and of course, the community and cities and the whole world, at the end. So truly, truly beautiful. I told Ashutosh ji, I wish I had another hour to ask because we have so many questions and other people are also asking questions. Maybe we'll have a separate session because we're already at time. And I'll take a couple of minutes just to tell you of the incredible work that OVBI volunteers are doing all around the world. As you know, that we have the under overseasvbi.org or on our Facebook page, the Overseas VBI or OVBI. has a lot of projects listed. We are doing a lot of specific COVID relief work, which is in North America. We have the Plasma Donor Match Project, and in India as well, the Plasma Donor Match Project that connects those who are very seriously ill with those who have recovered. And you cannot imagine the value of this service until you've experienced it yourself, which I had the the recent experience. And it is incredible when you are in this difficult situation, when you can connect somebody who has a network, who's staying awake at night only to help you. And so if you have this seva within you, please connect with us. We have a lot of need. There's a lot of COVID cases in India as well, and in the US as well. So if we can be of any assistance and grow our network and help connect those who've recovered with those who might need, we have already impacted 60 lives. That, all this seva and service goes a long way. 700 students have been helped with basic groceries because they are struggling with no food at this difficult time, no cash jobs. And even though the economy seems to be opening a little bit, it's also still very slow and very erratic in many places. So things are not back to normal. And if we can help assist anybody, even $25 goes a long way. So please consider donating. The link is right in front of you. The GoFundMe charity. In Canada as well, I'm directly involved with a food bank that is in need of funds to buy a large freezer because the need has become so large that the people need provisions and food bank supplies. So anything you can do, even a little bit, it all goes directly to the cause. PPE, masks, and food relief is still being given to many, many people who need them. So please join us in whatever seva you can. If you can donate, it is wonderful. If you can spread awareness, that also helps. You will be helping somebody else who can come chant and benefit. You can spread awareness. You can share our social media posts. You can subscribe. And of course, do share this very special episode of Ashutosh Ji with everybody. I think everybody will be so amazed to learn about the pieces of information he has shared. The 108 times diameter, I had no idea. And now it completely changes my mind of how I think about things. So beautiful, beautiful. That do whatever you can, do your spiritual practices, continue to chant and be with us every day on this journey. And Ashutosh ji, our viewers have said we need to bring you back. So please, you're going to have another request on your calendar for another session of chanting.
Sure. That'll be my privilege.
Thank you
Thank you so
so
much.
very much. Thank you so very much.